Hey YouTube, amp day. So I've acquired a Marshall g30r CD. So 30 watt, solid state. I think the G series was kinda before the MG series, which you get now, and after the Valve State series, as far as I can tell. But I always like this particular size of amp. It's right at the point where it's still carryable, you can still have it in the house, but it sounds good. You know, it's like, see, when you're smaller than that, they don't sound as good. Once you get, I'd imagine it's a 10-inch speaker. Once you get up to that, you're starting to get in the ballpark. Also possible, giggable, basically. Or, I remember, this is actually from one of my guitar students who I taught years ago. It was covered in stickers and stuff, so I kind of peeled it off, given it a quick run through, and it appears to be working. So I suppose run through it. I'm using my Roadstar because it's quite good, because it's HSS. I've got like single coil sounds. So if I run it on clean for stratty sounds, it's also got reverb on it. Put more on. It's a pretty good cleany sound, give it that. Try and maybe if I stand further away, it means you can't hear me as well, but you can see you can actually see the amp I'm playing through. So I mean, to be honest, I think if you're playing along with a drum kit, I'm not sure how. Oh, it does have a. I suppose I'll try and crank it. Maybe. Probably overloading the mic with that, but yeah. So certainly in the house, the clean channel is great. But it's a Marshall, and what the Marshalls do, which most of the other amps like this of this era don't do, is it doesn't sound like a Marshall, whereas this one does when you put on the. It's got a foot switch to turn this. Got the humbucker on the bridge. It's a Marshall! So you generally get a much better distortion on Marshalls. One of these things you've got to try to gain it. That's not volume, that's reverb. I'm trying to reverb off. maybe not have to just gain up quite a good guitarist. Man, you can use single coils on distortion as well. Basically, it boils down to yes, I can gig that, no problem. Would want it to be mic'd up for, you know, doing a gig to go through the PA, but not nearly every gig you do is going to be like that. The other option is you run the thing at full tilt, which I've done before. I might even take it into the studio if I've still got it. Next time I'm in the studio with Cranking House and just literally just play, do this rig, see if it can keep up with the drum kit. I think it will. I don't think it'll keep up with the drum kit clean, but guitar's not electric. It's electric guitar. It's meant to be distorted. A bit less gain, a bit more volume. So I've not even touched any of the knobs on it. On the clean channel, you've got a volume, bass and treble, and on the there's a switch over here next to the foot switch. I've probably actually got a foot switch that would probably switch it, but there's a wee button next to it to turn it on, a wee red light telling you it's on. And on this one you've got gain, bass, contour, treble. Contour would be like a scoopable mid thing, I think. So that would scoop it, and then that would that was a treble I turned down. You contour should scoop it. But it goes the opposite way than I thought it would. So this way should be. There's your scoop metal tone for your Metallica and the like. Can I remember how to play any Metallica? No. It makes it sound like it's got a pillow on it. That's your contour, so it's not really a mid, it's kind of like a... like that. That's good. If you skip it, you get the rhythm turn. all the knobs at 12 o'clock, to be honest. Have you heard Paul Gilbert's new album where he does the Holy Diver, but he does the vocal lines on the guitar? But he's so good at doing it. Can't really play anything much. I think if I had a pedal that sounded like that through the... I know my orange app's sitting there just now. That's any other sounds. It's kind of the one I would want. Playing very metally, but it doesn't. If you turn that gain down or to nothing comes through. You get sort of your more AC/DC type things. You want the gain down quite low, you know. A lot more than that. Just I want a wee bit more gain than that, even though I know. There we go. So, I've got plenty of time for these wee Marshalls. You can pick them up for not that much these days anyway, and compared to, I don't know, you kind of know what you're getting. It doesn't, there's not really an awful lot of frills and, you know, amp modellings and stuff like that. Basically, I mean, to be totally honest, when I was learning to play the guitar, I just wanted that well, I want a Marshall. You know, you want clean as well, just so you've got it. But just the Marshall drive channel is really what it's all about. I even bought a pedal when I was years and years ago, kicking about somewhere, a Marshall Governor pedal, which is kind of basically sort of these knobs, but in a pedal. You know, the sort of the distortion channel from a Marshall in a pedal. It made my Laney that I had at the time basically sound like that. I couldn't afford that. They were at the time the Marshalls were a good bit more expensive than Laneys, and a good bit more expensive than all the sort of shitty makes you got at the time. You know, you got a lot of them. I don't think that. I mean, those amps are worth pretty much nothing these days. But something like that does have a value in 2023, as in it's for in the house. It's nice. I mean, I'd imagine. Well, let's see if it takes. I'll see if it's gonna, if it would do me, because I normally bastard that plectrum's gone. I normally run through all these pedals, so I would just really want a clean sound. Oh, I really get the impression we've lost quite a lot of capacitance there when you hear it. It doesn't sound as good as it did when it was plugged straight in, does it? Maybe. Rap pedal. Wait, Chili Peppers is sounding that in it? acoustics here. Yeah. That shows you the capacitance of my particular pedal board, which I'm going to have to rearrange now, because this is into the same channel, but without the pedals all being bypassed, and it sounds a lot better than it did with the pedals in line. Definitely. And the drive channel. So also in the front we've got a line out headphone socket and a CD input. I think that's why it's called a g30r CD, so you can plug your CD player, now it would be your phone, into the front and jam along. I've never really been one for that, but then again I've always had a stereo, so I would just play it through my hi-fi, and then I've never really been in a situation where it's that useful having an input, but it's another input which is a useful thing. I suppose you could run like a drum machine into the CD input, or someone playing a keyboard